Welcome to our channel, where today we'll review unusual devices from different parts of the world. Right now, before your eyes, an elderly man will drive through the desert on a jet map. And you will also see how an ordinary farmer came up with the miracle machine that harvests crops on its own. And, of course, don't forget about the sports simulator at home, which will not only pump you up, but also wash your dirty linen. Sit back, like, and subscribe to the channel. Are you often late for work because you can't wake up in the morning? Doesn't the alarm clock on the phone help? We found for you a hellish thing that will get you out of bed in a few seconds. This is a homemade alarm clock to which they attached a spinning mechanism and a rubber arm. Set before going to bed the time when you need to wake up, and in the morning you will find very cheerful slaps in the face of a rubber hand. After this, you won't want to fall asleep for a few seconds. If you don't know how to surprise a girl on a first date, here's a great option for you. But we don't know how to get off this miracle later. A team of guys developed a new bike with 6 wheels. From 2 sides, 3 wheels rise up, which are made from an ordinary bicycle, a giant means of transport. Often, when you live far away from civilization in your house, you need to chop wood so as not to freeze in cold times. And you need a lot of this firewood, so they constantly take a lot of time. This man came up with something to save his time. He took 3 axes, after which he connected them with sticks so that they kept on the same level. 2 large ones on the sides and a small one in the middle. Here is a simple device that can split 3 or even 6 logs at the same time. If lumberjacks had their own Nobel Prize, he would definitely get it. Imagine how funny such an axe would look in the famous scene from The Shining. Homemade iron axe with a bendable handle. In theory, this axe, due to such a handle, adds strength and speed to the blow, and it is also unlikely to break. Write in the comments who, in your opinion, would win the fight, this flexible axe or triple. Ordinary guys wanted to somehow update the old car, and this is what came out of it. The guys attached a frame made of metal pipes to the hood and roof of the car, and 3 car seats were welded to it, of which 2 are passengers, and in the middle there is a driver's one to which the steering wheel goes. That's how you get a car that you drive without sitting inside. We can say that you will always overtake your car because the carcass is pushed forward. This vehicle would fit perfectly into the Red Bull show, where they show the most unusual vehicles. Bob Maddox, a daredevil rocket launcher, fearlessly commands his amazing beast, the triple valveless jet cart. This cart features pulse jet technology and boasts unrivaled instant ignition capacity with propane and diesel fuel injection. With full-range throttle control, Bob pushed the limits of what was possible by pushing this extraordinary machine to a mind-blowing speed of up to 90 miles per hour. No, this is not a fighter plane taking off, but just an ordinary bike about to travel along the road. A man one day decided to add a new modification to his iron horse. He bolted a jet engine to the back of the motorcycle, which makes the sound of a fighter jet taking off. Now he rides like this all over the country, making his colleagues feel jealous. The genius of the 21st century can even be your neighbor, who constantly spends time in his garage. An ordinary man came up with a very convenient gadget for carrying concrete blocks and bricks, in order to carry them not 1 at a time, but 2 at a time. And for this, you need only a couple of metal pipes and a corner so that the structure can bend. He welded all the parts so that such pincers came out. And when the structure captures the block, it compresses it with its mass and does not allow it to fall. Pretty useful thing for builders. I wonder if he's already patented this device. If there is no wrench and you don't want to spend money on it, or you need to do everything right now, we'll show you how to make it at home. To do this, take a metal profile and a motorcycle chain. After that, you need to weld one end to this chain to one of the sides of the profile, and put the other end of the chain inside the metal chain. This way, you can adjust the diameter of your new key. Now you can unscrew any nuts without much difficulty. Don't be afraid, this is not a torture machine. It's just that the farmer came up with an assistant in the garden who collects potatoes for him. He took a drum-type walk-behind tractor and attached a lattice cylinder to it, which spins and delivers the dug-out potatoes to the back of the structure where the box is located. This transport travels through the beds and independently digs out potatoes, separating them from dirt and earth. When the aforementioned box is completely filled, the man stops the transport and pours the potatoes into the already prepared place. And after that, it starts again, and so on, until the harvest of the entire crop. As the man noted, he tries to improve this gadget every day, so maybe soon this machine will collect more beetroot or carrots. In nature, you always want to relax and not stand for hours near the barbecue to watch the meat. So, they made a water wheel spit, expertly crafted from recycled Furphy beer cans. A solar pump submerged in a bucket drives the water up the pipe, perfectly aligning its flow to achieve the ideal rotation speed for roasting pork. The cans themselves were attached to a bicycle wheel. It's super simple, but very convenient. The famous musician Arthur Van Poppel, who's been pleasing his listeners for many years, not only with music, but also with his unusual inventions, makes musical vehicles that help him in performances, and all this in a steampunk style. In the video, you can see his scooter, which he invented in 2013, by making the frame out of various metals. All bikers will envy him. The ingenuity of farmers who come up with life hacks for the state never ceases to please. This time, the man showed how quickly and easily you can separate the corn kernels from the cobs. He took a plastic pipe and screwed a few screws along the axis. Then he showed the same gadget with nails, but the effect was the same. So he put his device in a bowl, took an ear of corn and put it on a drill. Then he turned it on and slipped it into his device. Thus, the grains hit the screws/nails and fell right into the bowl. This is much easier to do than to separate everything with your own hands. Sometimes our soil can be very hard or mixed with stones, and it becomes difficult to dig with a shovel. Therefore, a group of workers came up with such a device. They attached a shovel to a jackhammer, so they can easily dig any area without putting much effort into it. It's clear that you don't always need to use this, but where ordinary hand strength doesn't help, this gadget will help. What do you think will happen if you combine a tank and a bicycle? Haven't you thought of it? But the guy made a bike that instead of ordinary wheels, two caterpillars are installed at an angle. The bicycle chain is attached to the rear track, and just like on a bicycle you're accustomed to pedaling, the chain rotates the track. Probably the main difference between a normal bike and this one is speed, because the tracks won't be able to spin that fast. Have you been thinking about throwing out unnecessary canisters that have been lying around in your house for a long time? Before you do, take a look at this. The extension is made from a canister and a couple of plastic pipes. To begin with, an empty canister is taken in which a hole for the pipe is cut. After that, from two pipes, you make such a handle for yourself, which will serve as a valve for you. The next step is to take another pipe, drill a hole in the middle with the drill, into which you then pull the prepared cable. And then you put this pipe with the cable into the canister. Take the handle you made earlier and attach it to the last hole. Now you can run all the cable in your yard if you need to hook up a lawnmower, for example. And when you finish the job, you just turn the valve several times and the entire cord will be pulled back into the canister. Indian friends never ceased to amaze and made a riding horse out of improvised tools. This is how a few metal beams and wheels on both sides turn into a proud horse. The man attached the seat to this whole structure, and now when you sit on it, you need to bounce a little so that the horse moves. This is a great toy for kids that needs to be painted. Now you'll see a device that combines laundry, sports, and even reading. If you don't have electricity or your washing machine is broken and you don't want to wash with your hands, watch this video carefully. The girl attached an ordinary bicycle to the washing machine. Now she just needs to pour water into the drum and add the powder there. After that, she gets on the bike and pedals, as in all gyms around the world. At the same time, she is reading a book, and if you're not a fan, you can watch the video on your phone. 30 minutes on this miracle technique and you've tightened your physical shape, washed your clothes, and became a little smarter. In my opinion, this is the most perfect device. An interesting thing that is perfect for a home or country cottage. This is a bench that can stand in your garden, or as in the video, at the entrance of the house. You can sit there to read, but when guests come to you, you can turn one bench into a table with two benches. To do this, you just need to pull the back towards you, so you save some room in your space. Roto doors represent a seamless fusion of swing doors and double swing doors, capable of opening in both directions. They prove to be the ideal solution for compact spaces and narrow corridors where a conventional swing door is not possible. The bidirectional opening function makes the door easy to operate. These doors are equipped with a magnetic mechanism that ensures smooth and easy opening and closing. Also, thanks to their silent operation, swing doors are a great choice for bedrooms as they eliminate any possibility of slamming sounds. For all DIY enthusiasts, I present a review of a homemade electric lawnmower. This unique creation has an electric motor from a washing machine. The design of the lawnmower is delightfully simple, consisting of a metal pipe with 4 wheels from a baby stroller. The size of the wheels can be adjusted depending on the desired cutting height, and, of course, a redesigned engine. To ensure efficient mowing, a cutting knife is attached to the motor shaft. The blade dimensions are carefully chosen to match the width of the lawnmower, including the wheels. Moving the lawnmower is as easy as grasping the handle, which also doubles as a power outlet. For added safety, you have the option of equipping your mower with a protective cover made from materials such as galvanized steel. Unusual but very interesting. That's the motto of today's video. This is an Aerovelo Atlas bicycle helicopter. It was invented by 2 Canadian engineers who received the Sikorsky Prize for this device. They had a goal that the structure could rise above the ground at least 3 meters. With a width of 58 meters and a weight of 52 kilograms, the aircraft copes with the task very well. This huge apparatus consists of 4 huge blades, and a bicycle with a rear wheel is attached in the middle. For all this to take off, you need someone to pedal. Here is the proof that anything can take off if you try. Well, I think that you've already written a couple of devices in your notebook that'll be useful to you in your home life. Well, we've gone to make a new video that will pleasantly surprise you again. Like and be sure to write comments and tell us which of the gadgets you liked the most.